You don't have to fight for everything. Yeah, you don't have to fight for everything. And I know this particular video is for someone, just in case, you know, it's been an emotional roller coaster. You've been trying, you've been trying to make sense of it. It's not making sense. You've been trying hard to do something different, but nothing is working. I mean, we've entered into second quarter of the year. I mean, second half rather of the year. And if we are to look back about it, look back about from January to this point, I know you've tried. You've tried. You might not know because you feel like there's nothing changing, but guess what? Something is working, something is changing. And that's what I'm so passionate to be sharing this with you, because if I had not experienced this, maybe I won't be bold enough to be sharing this with you today. So what are we talking about? Hello, welcome back to the channel. I am so happy to be back here today. I know it's been a long time, and guess what? Something happened, and it's a good thing, right? Thank God we're here today. So if you're new to this channel, welcome. And to our returning subscribers, welcome. My name is Fumilayo, and I have a lot of gist for you today. Just sit back, relax, because you can see everything is new here, right? It's a new dispensation, it's a new season, it's a new glow, right? Are you seeing? Come on. So let's not go there. So I'm going to be checking through my laptop because I have my notes written here, and I really want to make sure that I give you that focus that you deserve. Do you agree with me? Yes, come on, let's go. So I mean, I entered into a rest, not just the type of, you need to sleep, you need to take the day off. I mean, real rest. And what do I mean? It's a kind of rest that, helps me to slow down. It's the one that unhook my productivity self-worth. What I mean is, there is a kind of productivity that many of us are actually engaging in these days, which is an attempt to prove your self-worth, an attempt to show the world that I'm actually also doing something. I'm not idle, right? Yeah, that's the kind of rest I entered. Like, I was totally off the hook. I had to stop trying. For the first time in my life, I felt a deep sense of peace within me. And this deep sense of peace actually helped me in a way that I can't even explain. And to be honest, I cannot explain it. And I see, but I'm going to try as much as I can to, bring it up here and let you know what that feels like for me. Because it's a kind of rest, because I had so many content on my phone. I had so many things to post, and thanks to a friend who reached out to me while I was even quiet, especially on Instagram. There was a time I was totally off. I mean, I was telling someone, I was like, is this how it feels like? When you really want to do something, like you're used to the normal way of doing things, you're used to the normal way of showing up. I mean, the hustling, the bustling, and then you suddenly enter a rest and you don't even feel like doing anything. Not because you don't want to do, and not because you're not motivated to do. I mean, this one is coming from a deep sense of meaning. So I got to a place where I was tired. I was tired of striving. I was tired of constantly working in a survival mode. I was tired of hustling. I wanted to make sense of everything. I wanted to be like, I really want everything to make sense. I wanted to have clarity. I wanted to have so much, something meaningful. Yeah, maybe that's the word. I wanted to have something meaningful going on for me. But then I took a pause, and everything around me began to make sense. So this kind of rest taught me how to be kinder, first to myself and then to others. I started to make sense of everything, and I started to show up in love, more gentle, and more intentional, especially with my words, and especially on how I show up for myself and for everyone around me. It's a kind of rest that it felt like you know what, girl? You don't have to do everything all by yourself. And to be honest, I know so many of us, we can relate to this. Prior to this time, I know that I'm someone that I'm always working on one project. I'm always working on maybe learning a new skill. I'm always working on, trying to share my people up, people who I'm holding accountable as well. While I'm holding myself accountable, I'm always working, trying to make sense of everything, trying to make sure that I'm not idle, trying to make sure that I really want to pursue purpose, career, and every other thing that makes sense to me. But guess what? I had a meltdown. A meltdown, that kind of meltdown that you can tell that God has been calling you, He's been saying, girl, come, allow me to help you. And you're like, oh my God, okay, God, I'm here. But deep down within you, you already know that you already have a second plan. And I know you're listening to me right now, and you know within your heart, you're like, okay, I think God is calling. How do I receive this call? But then you show up, you're like, okay, Father, I gave myself away, I return everything back to you. And then, the instruction showed up, and it tells you to let go of everything, and you're like, okay, Father, I hear you, but just in case it didn't work out, I already have a plan B. It didn't make sense to me until I went through a season of my life that I knew down within me that God was calling me. But I felt like, okay, I don't have the time to pick the call. Just in case you're wondering what do I mean by God was calling? There is a deep yearning, deep, call it unto deep, and say, girl, you need a personal retreat. Go. Yeah, that kind of calling. But then you're like, okay, I'm engaging with so many other things with people. My devotion is still going fine. I showed up in church. Why do I need a personal retreat? Do you know what was going on? I was still trying to control everything. But guess what? It happened. It happened. I had it up to this point. I'm like, okay, now, I think now, if I do not let go of what is going on right now, I think I'm going to sink. And I think I was already going deep. It was already, what was going on in that season of my life was already hitting me up. And I'm like, okay, Lord, right now I hear you. Because at that point, nothing else makes sense to me. At that point, I had to go back and be like, okay, Father, I'm here. And you know what it means to lay down all your crown? When we're saying we're laying down our crown, when we sing it, casting crown, what that means is everything that makes you in terms of achievement. Let's say your degree, your relationship, your marriage, your position, your job, your children, things that you know that, okay, when people say like, oh, I'm here, you're like, okay, I don't see, at this point, it is me and you. Forget that I'm this, forget that I'm that, forget that I'm this, it is me and you. If you don't help me, where else do you want me to go? At this point, I was so helpless to a point that I know that I needed God. And I'm so glad I did, because I cannot even explain how that feels to me, because I saw the change. Even me, when I look back, I'm like, why are you more kind? Why are you more gentle? It's a kind of brokenness that happened in my spirit. That kind of brokenness that happened, and you're like, okay, now everything within me, everything around me, everything that makes up who I am today, it is without God. That was when it makes sense. And I knew God was waiting to that point. I said, okay, now welcome home, girl, welcome home. And I'm sharing this with you because I know God has been calling so many of us. God is calling you. You're watching me right now, and you know deep down within your heart that God is calling. He's calling. He's calling because for the past few months now, I have big testimonies, clarity, peace of mind. I recently launched. Okay, now let's break the ice. I recently launched my new company, Bevel Haven. This came from a place of surrender. For the first time in my life, God gave me an idea. God gave me a burden. God gave me a passion. And for the first time in my life, I felt so afraid of, oh my God, how do I show up? I'm not doing this because I know what this means. For the first time in my life, I had to go back to me and say, God, I'm here. This is what you gave me. How do I go about this? How do I show up? I'm not sure I'm ready. And he said, I'm with you. And you know what that means? That when God is with you, when he says, okay, this is what I'm calling you into right now, and you don't have a choice because you already know that God backing. Like you've got someone backing you. And that makes all the difference. That makes all the difference for me, guys. I'm sharing this with you because I know that it's easier for us to run the rat race. Sometimes we get anxious to want to do something with our own human knowledge. You believe, okay, you've read so many books, and you want things to go in your own way. Especially when you've had some kind of outline, how things should look like, some plan, how things should go out, But then to you, it's not like it's something is off. You can tell that nothing is working, and you've tried. It's not making any sense. And you're like, God, I'm trying. Why? And he says, let go. And to be honest, I've been there, and I know that letting go sometimes can be very hard. You know why? Because sometimes, the fear of the unknown. What if I let go of this right now, what's going to happen? How am I going to? What do I do? And he says, let's go. And now I'm enjoying that kind of peace because I know that if he has said it, he will do it. If he has called you into something greater than you, all you need to do is constantly acknowledge him and says he will direct your path. It's a part of seeking the guidance. It's a part of you surrender and say, okay, I'm here now. I surrender. And I'm making this video because I know that I know this will bless so many people out here. You don't have to fight for everything. Yeah, you don't have to fight for everything. A lot is happening. A lot is happening. It is happening. The pressure. Economically, things are going good. Let's use that word. Even too many things that you're like, okay, now from January to July, nothing to write home about. Guess what? He's with you. And he's still knocking. He's still saying, come unto me. You have a burden in your heart. Come. And you know what's killing us? Because I learned this from my own personal story. Our ego, our lack of vulnerability. Because, it surprises me when you're with someone who knows everything about you. Yeah, it surprises me when you're with someone who knows your beginning, your now, and your tomorrow, and your ending. And then you're in his presence, and then you're forming. We're forming. You're hiding. I know it's not easy. But guess what? The best person you can open up to is still the one who knows you. Now, I'm saying this because I know what that did to me. And he's still the one who will direct your path. After I let go, it begins to direct my path to the point of taking certification training, to the point of teaching me with my own personal lives, and to the point of exposing me to me. This thing is so funny when you're being exposed to you. When let's say you try to do something and then you messed up and you're like, okay, you're trying to cover up. You want to treat like nothing happened, but guess what? It's actually watching you. Maybe later in the day, and it's like, well done. You did so well. You make me proud. I love how you reacted that way. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, oh my god. And you're just realizing it within you that, oh, I think I've messed up truly. And all you could do is to go and rewrite your wrongs and, okay, God help me, I'm so sorry. And then go and rewrite your wrong. Right? See, if there's anything I want you to take out of this video, is that you need to constantly remember that God's waiting. He's waiting. And if you're carrying something that feels so overwhelming for you, so heavy, something that feels like there is no way out, He's calling you. And part of the calling, He called me. And He told me, says, I don't know how to put this, but it's in a pictorial, way of conversation. When God opened your eyes to see that too many people around you, including yourself, you're going through one thing or the other, and you're like, okay, what are you going to do? I'm like, oh my God. Now I see why people are struggling. Today, when I see people, when I meet people one-on-one, when I'm counseling people one-on-one, I have a deep sense of empathy for them. A deep sense of concern for them, because I know what that means. Sometimes what you're going through right now is for you to be able to encourage others who may or might be going through it. And sometimes you deeply want to show up, because there was a time in my life, I was showing up here for last year, I was showing up consistently here. I have a deep passion to help. But then the people keep coming, I get to meet people and they share their life experiences with me, and I'm like, oh my God. And I feel happy. I get a deep sense of how I wish I can just take off this burden right now and just take it off so this person can be fine. But guess what? There's no amount of wish I can have. If I'm not equipped, if I'm not helped, I can't help others. And that was part of why He led me to take this certification. The burden has always been there from day one. It has always been there. But now He told me, if you're going to be showing up for people, if you're going to be helping people, I want you to be able to hold ground for them. Not from a place of your personal experience, not from a place of your pain, but from a place of, you have insight. Now you have tools. And one thing that blesses my heart is the fact that God gave us Bevel in such a way that we can separate faith from mental health. And if you're hearing this for the first time, I'm a mental health counselor now, and I tell you that I'm a Christian. But when you come into my session, I won't tell you about God, but the personal experience that you're going to have with me will preach God to you. Because I don't need to say, Jesus loves you. No. I just need to be that love for you. And through that, you can trace my identity and my foundation to the one who has sent me. And this blesses my heart so much because now that we've started, for the first 1 month of us starting, we're having free counseling session for people like you who feel like I need to talk to someone. And sometimes you just need to talk to someone. And while God is waiting and God is speaking to you through that person, it might look like a normal, regular counseling session. Trust me, it is beyond that. Because now the spirit that powers what the words I speak, they are life. And when you hear them, your spirit man, your life, your soul receives life. There will be a regeneration of spirit, a renewal of hope, a renewal of heart. That's what you're going to experience. So my dear, I encourage you today. But before that, I need to peep into my laptop, so I want to quickly check I've not missed out something, because I was just talking from my heart since morning. Okay, so before I wrap up with you, I just quickly want to say something and ask you a question: that when last did you rest? And how long are you going to keep struggling when He has sent help? And the truth of the matter is, God is going to help you through men. Through women, through men. So what am I saying? If you still want to hold back, you're like, oh no, I like keeping to myself. Oh no, don't allow the enemy to take advantage of your silence. Because when God is speaking, He's also sending people to your life. And you watching this video is not a mere coincidence. It's a strategic plan for you to know the way forward, for you to take the next step, for you to become a better person, for you to evolve and to maximize the next 6 months of this year. And trust me, it's going to be a beautiful journey. Your life will blossom. I tell you, because now I'm talking from a place of renewness. I'm talking from a place of healing. I'm talking from a place of identity. Because now, when you ask me who am I will tell you that I am a force. I am a light. Anywhere you see me, you can tell, you can trace my identity to the one who has sent me. And I hope this has blessed you today. And if you're still thinking about when last did you truly experience real rest, real healing, and if you don't have answers to that, I think you should click the link in the description box and book a free session with Bevel Haven today, and we'll get across to you. Oh, come on, you get to see more of this face here this season. Because now, no going back. Except it tells me to stay back. But for now, let's enjoy this flow. I want to remind you once again, you're not alone. It may feel overwhelming right now. It may feel like the world is crumbling. But trust me, something is working. You're not alone. So keep smiling, no matter what, keep smiling. But don't hide your pain. So much for watching this video to this point. I don't know how we get to talk to this point, but if you've watched to this point, I truly want to believe that this video is particularly for you. And please, I need your help. This is me asking for help right now. Unashamedly, I need your help. Kindly click the subscribe button if you haven't, and if you feel like this is going to help someone, kindly share with someone as well. And let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you think about rest. Let me know if you need any other thing that I may be of help with. Just drop it and I'll get in touch with you. So till next time, see you next time. Come on, keep smiling and stay blessed. Bye.